See, 3 years ago, our home planet Vegeta met with an unfortunate accident when a huge comet slammed into its surface.
Alright guys, there's a dozen videos of what if Raditz turned good, but this is not what if Raditz turned good, this is what if Raditz survived. We're going to use the old knowledge that I just showed, the 3 years ago one, instead of the Broly movie one. So, where we start is where Raditz sees his scouter is broken. Well, thinks his scouter is broken, but instead he does not think that in this one. He instead thinks that Gohan is just hiding some hidden potential inside of him, or some hidden power. And so he decides that he's going to keep an eye on that. But as he decides that, Goku and Piccolo land behind him, and things go as it normally does, until Gohan breaks out of his thing. Him now knowing Gohan actually has this power, dodges out of the way, slamming Gohan onto the ground, knocking him out for the rest of the fight. But Raditz wasn't done with him. He had plans. As Goku got up, Raditz takes this time to fight against Goku again. Then most of it happens like the show again, but this time Raditz is not hurt from that, so Raditz is a bit more ready. Then Goku grabs his tail and Piccolo is about to fire, but in one quick painful move, Raditz elbows Goku and jumps back. Then the beam goes into his leg but kills Goku. Raditz then turns and shoots Piccolo with a weekend, killing Piccolo. Yes, I know, no Dragon Balls. What about the Dragon Balls? Well, let's find out. Raditz sits there, out of breath. His ship gone, his brother dead, and he's alone. Wait, he's not alone. He has Gohan. He wants to show Gohan after the great power shown to him. He wants to use that power and show Gohan what it's like to be a real Saiyan in Raditz's eyes. With nothing left, Raditz grabs Gohan and flies somewhere no one would look for them. In the middle of nowhere. When the others got there to find Goku's dead body and no sign of Piccolo, they knew that they died, that Piccolo was gone. But Krillin consents Gohan, just a little. So they went out to find the Z Fighters, Yamcha, Tien, and Chaozu. When they got them all, Kami contacted them, telling them that they should head to Mr. Popo's. Now, most of them accepted. All of them accepted, actually. But Krillin went and told Chi-Chi about Goku and Gohan. She was pissed. But when she learned that Gohan was taken and not dead, she started training with her father. Him having a power level of 2,000, she knew it would help. Now back to Goku and Piccolo. Kami managed to persuade King Yama to let them train on the outside of heaven. That way they'd still get stronger, because he knew that they were going to be revived. Now, the reason he didn't send them to Snake Way was because there's not enough time. It took Goku, like, almost a year to get there. He literally had a month's worth of training on King Kai's planet. But now, with them training, so did the Z Fighters start training. And Chi-Chi started training. But Chi-Chi went to the lookout and demanded that she was given the same training as them. Most of them were like, you should head home, Chi-Chi. This fight isn't yours. But she denied to head home. And when Yamcha attempted to grab her shoulder, she grabbed him and flipped him, starting a fight, which Chi-Chi actually won. Now, when Mr. Popo told them about Namek, because they had to get some way of getting Goku and Piccolo back, Chaozu, Master Roshi, and Bulma all offered. Bulma already knowing a bit of the plan, so she's been working on the spaceship a little bit now. When Chaozu offers, Tien says no, but the others manage to persuade him, including Master Roshi. So Chaozu ends up going and training with Master Roshi on the way. Now, Raditz, we're going to go back to Raditz real quick. Raditz wakes up Gohan and looks at him, telling him that, well, not telling him anything because Gohan starts crying, but he opens his mouth and Gohan just starts crying. He tells Gohan to shut it. And then Raditz explains that the Green Man killed his father, that he killed Kakarot. Kakarot grabbed him, and he managed to try to hit Kakarot down, but Kakarot stood, causing Kakarot to get his chest killed to get his chest shot, and Raditz got part of his leg torn off. He looks at Gohan and tells him that he's going to have to train. He has to take the spot of his father. Because if not, Vegeta would come and blow up this planet. Gohan wanted to go home. He didn't want to fight. But hearing about this Vegeta man and hearing how bad he was, he had to train to protect his planet, to protect his family, or what is left. Now, Gohan doesn't trust Raditz just yet, but he accepts this. Raditz tells him that he needs to at least become stronger than Nappa. That way, Vegeta would not blow up this planet. So for the next 6 months, Raditz starts training Gohan, teaching him how to fight and survive, making Gohan hunt for his own food. When Gohan didn't find anything to eat, then he didn't eat. It was as simple as that. Well, other than 1 or 2 times, Raditz got scrapped. Not scrap, but like Raditz got too much food for himself and gave the scraps to Gohan, which Gohan was relatively thankful for because he didn't know too much about eating, training, and stuff like that. But before Gohan started training, Raditz did teach him how to make fires and stuff, so that helped Gohan immensely. Now, the most important part about those 6 months is Raditz taught Gohan his moves and how to use the Grade 8 form. Gohan can only use it when he's not angry. But before you say, but Raditz doesn't know that form, he does. Yes, we've never seen it, but it would make sense. Nappa and Vegeta, knowing it and having him be around, they would probably teach him how to control it. Now, we're going to speak about power levels after those 6 months of training. Raditz is 4,500 in his normal form, but in Grade F, it's 45,000. Gohan is 3,500. In his Grade 8 form, it's 35,000. And when he's angry, 6,000. So when he's angry in Grade 8 form, 60,000. But he can't control that form. Now, Tien Shinhan is 2,250, and Krillin's 1,800. Chi-Chi is 1,900, Yamcha is 1,080, the Ox King is 3,200, and Chaozu is 549. Master Roshi is 625. After those 6 months of training, the Z Fighters, as well as Chi-Chi and the Ox King, all go to find Raditz and Gohan. When they do, Raditz is teaching Gohan the Double Sunday. Just as Gohan is about to fire it, Chi-Chi screams his name. Gohan flies over and gives Chi-Chi a big hug, missing her because it's a child, 5. Raditz ends up taking a step forward because he wants to say something to Chi-Chi about how he feels a little bad for killing Goku. But at that moment, Tien and Yamcha both jump out of nowhere to Raditz's eyes, causing Raditz to go on the defense as he defends himself from these 2 attackers. He was surprised, which caused him to go on the back foot. Gohan wanted to go in and help his uncle, but Chi-Chi attempted to fly away with Gohan, causing Gohan to push away from her and fly at Tien and Yamcha. But he only managed to hit Tien away from Raditz, as Raditz shot a blast at Yamcha, with Yamcha dodging it just in time. Krillin then throwing a destructo disc directly at Raditz, but Raditz managing to jump over it. Chi-Chi then yells at Gohan for helping Raditz, but Gohan explains that he just thinks Raditz is family, and he's not a bad man, he's just misunderstood. But it was too late. The Ox King charged at Raditz, which made it a 3-on-1, because Gohan was dealing with Tien. On the back foot again, Raditz had to think fast. So he punched Yamcha away, as he has not really managed that much. Now trying to face 2, but Tien comes back at him. This caused Gohan to not want to deal with that and then kick Yamcha away, as Gohan shot a Masenko directly at Yamcha and Krillin. Not Yamcha, Tien and Krillin, to knock them both away from Raditz, which it does, but Tien and Krillin split up, and Tien helps Yamcha, trying to knock out Gohan, as Krillin goes back with the Ox King to fight. Chi-Chi not wanting to join the fight, decides that she finally has to join just to make sure Gohan doesn't get hurt. She doesn't want to kill Raditz now, but she wants to knock him out and learn more about what he's done and why he's done it. Now, they both Raditz and Gohan have kept their tails around. They keep it around their waist now. After all, Raditz doesn't want to do the same thing he did last time with Goku. Now, as Raditz is now fighting 3 people, he ends up getting knocked back, and Krillin ends up blasting him as the Ox King blasts him as well, nearly killing him. Krillin starts charging up a Kamehameha as the Ox King charges up his own attack. Chi-Chi attempts to say something to her father, but at that exact moment when Gohan sees that, he gets angry and his rage boost activates as he knocks out both Yamcha and Tien Shinhan. He then charges up a double Sunday, firing it directly at Krillin and the Ox King. He didn't care if it killed them. He didn't care how much damage it did to them. He had to save his uncle. With no Dragon Balls, because Gohan knows that it's no use if they die to wish anyone to attempt to find the Dragon Balls since they don't exist anymore. He does end up hitting them both, knocking them out. But he doesn't know that they're knocked out. He thinks they're dead. Chi-Chi can tell that they're knocked out, sensing their power. But Chi-Chi was shocked that her own son just attacked her father. She didn't want her son to be a monster. She didn't want any of this to happen. She yelled at Gohan, which made Gohan quickly grab Raditz and fly away. But before they got too far, he heard Chi-Chi crying. So he set Raditz on somewhere safe. Somewhere where even the dinosaurs can't get him. And he flew back. He then explained to his mother that he does want to go back home. But he has to stay and train to get stronger to protect the planet from Vegeta and Nappa. Him only knowing a little bit about these two, but knowing that they are stronger than Raditz. Raditz telling him himself. But he does make a deal with Chi-Chi that if she lets him train here even longer, he'll study 3 times as hard. This makes Chi-Chi feel better, knowing that her son has his priorities straight. But she tells Gohan, don't trust Raditz. You can train with him, but in the end, he's still the same man who caused your father's death. Gohan understands this, but he kind of likes hanging out with Raditz. Uncle Raditz, pretty much. So, as Chi-Chi grabbed everyone and left, Gohan flew back to Raditz. Chi-Chi then tells Gohan the next time they meet, which does happen a bit after this because they don't. It happens for a week basically. She tells Gohan because now Raditz is just Raditz sees Chi-Chi and thinks everyone is there, but he also knows that Chi-Chi could have killed him because Gohan explains what happens to Raditz. She explains to Gohan that the Dragon Balls are going to come back because they're using the Namekian Dragon Balls to wish Mr. Popo and Goku back, which will cause Mr. Piccolo to come back. Or just Piccolo, I guess. Raditz hears this, and his scouter picks it up because he set it down, leaving it on. When he hears this, Nappa and Vegeta are both interested in this child and the Dragon Balls. They are closer to Earth. It will still take them a year, but they are closer to Earth than Namek. So they both decide they're going to go to Namek. I mean, not Namek, Earth. To see that child and get immortality. Chi-Chi then teaches Gohan a bit about this stuff. A week passes, and we're going to say new power levels because of Zenkai. Piccolo's at 2,850. Goku was at probably like a bit more than Piccolo, but thanks to Goku's 2 times Zenkai boost from being revived, it is now 5,920. Raditz is 6,600. Gohan's 5,250. These Goku and Gohan are very strong together. Now the reason for the Zenkai is because 1, Raditz was near death, so it'd be a very big Zenkai in my books. And Gohan kind of took care of Raditz, having to do all the foraging and fighting and stuff for him. Now Raditz is in Gohan's debt. A life debt, basically. Raditz doesn't like it, but he's only doing it. Well, not life debt. He feels like he owes Gohan for saving him. So, what happens is once Chaozu and Master Roshi collect all the Dragon Balls on Namek, because no problems on Namek, they're quite peaceful people, and Frieza's not there yet. They end up wishing back Goku and Piccolo. And Nail, which is the one translating and wishing on the dragon for them, ends up wishing for a good harvest this year. As Chaozu and Master Roshi leave to go back to Earth, they say goodbye to Nail and all the other Namekians. Guru tells them to say hi to Kami for him, even though he doesn't know if he'll still be alive by then. Piccolo and Goku wake up next to Radiz's old ship, now covered in mold. They feel Gohan and Radiz's power level and think to themselves, thanks to Gohan, Radiz is a bit more comfortable around Chi-Chi. After all, it is his mother, and they would spar from time to time during that week. Radiz only wanted to see her power, really. To see how powerful the Earthlings have truly gotten. And she would actually watch Gohan and Radiz train a little. Radiz was actually okay with Chi-Chi coming by and teaching Gohan some stuff. After all, it got him to learn some stuff about Earth too, so. Now, as Goku and Piccolo head there, Chi-Chi is not there. But Gohan and Radiz are. Radiz gave Gohan his own armor, by the way. Practically what Vegeta gave him during the Frieza arc, but you know. Now, Radiz can't sense power levels, but Gohan can because of Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi taught him that, at least. Gohan tried to teach Radiz, but Radiz could not get the handle on it. So when Gohan senses these two high power levels, he thinks it's literally Nappa and Vegeta. So he tells Radiz that there's two high power levels coming their way. Well, one high power level and one that they could probably take. So Radiz tosses Gohan the armor bit, and they both gear up, getting ready to fight. And that's where I'll leave it for today. Hope you all enjoyed this What If. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me what any advice I should do. Tell me what you think will happen. And I'll leave you all next time. Bye.